Hello everyone and welcome to the combat video of Let's Look at Fallout 4. In the first video we looked at the exploratory, how you go around, basically just interacting with the world at large when you're in a dungeon or some such, but today we're going to be doing some combat out in the field. And if I remember correctly, the very first boss of the game actually killed me once. So yes, you probably will die. If not because of the boss, but because of these things. Because they hit very hard. Look at my health weight is now. Wait for it. And there she goes. So yeah, one hit, goodbye bye alive. And you see the little red thing with the HP down there? You see that little dot of red? I'm just the tiniest bit irradiated. You remember when I said don't drink the water? Yeah, don't drink the water because it lowers your maximum health the more irradiated you are. And the only way to restore that is a rat away or... well, you know the basic venues of how you go about doing that. Which, by the way, stim packs don't work instantly like they did in Fallout 3 anymore. I think I wasted a stim pack there, but at least I learned about it. Oh god, the leveling up thing. I just basically screwed the pooch here. Okay, the way the leveling up system works is you can either just click on whatever you want, like if I just clicked on Charisma, which I think I did. It's either that or Agility I chose. I don't remember which one. Excuse me. You get another point in Agility or whatever. What you're supposed to do is you go down with your cursor, you can see what each of the perks do, and you can just choose from there. Or you can just choose the special stat like I did here. Like I see there's a perk down there for small weapons like pistols right below agility. There's sneaking on the very bottom there, like straight down from agility. I think that's Bloody Mess down there on the bottom of luck that you can go down and hover over. Just so you don't do the same thing and think, I have to choose a special skill. You don't have to do it. You can, like I did there, but you don't have to do that. Just so you don't make the same mistake I did when you first played the game, you know? Which, to be fair, I probably would have raised a special stat at some point anyway, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot to me, but... so you can see what you're doing. And I don't have, I was like, why don't I have perks? Oh, right, because I chose a special thing. Oh, yay, that's great. Now I realize what you do. Oh well. Anyway, off of leveling up. Because while it's a very important part of the game, we're here for the combat. So, as soon as you walk into town, odds are, if you're like me, you're probably not going to fire first and ask questions later. What you're probably going to do is say, hey, there's a person over here. I think I'll go talk to them. He seems... that's green. Oh, no, he's a raider. The reason I didn't shoot because the crosshairs were green, man. Usually you're supposed to turn red or something. So, it's really just... I don't really know what to say here. This is combat here. This is just whatever you plan on doing. Whether you run right in like a madman or whether you just try and peek around the corner like I'm doing here, because you can't hit for beans from far away in VATS unless you have a high perception, I think, in this, so... if you have a high perception character this far in the game, which you may well, you might just be better off just using VATS, but considering my perception's like, what, 4? Not really good enough. Didn't help that I chose, none of the gun perks. I chose Charisma, or Agility. But yeah, at least you're not alone, because the premise here is they're being attacked by a bunch of raiders in there, so... like I said, I didn't really realize if you could just loot individual things. So I'm gonna have to look that up later, because I don't want to have to just strip everybody butt naked in the wasteland. Which is hilarious, but that's not what I want to do, you know. But this is the first sort of pseudo-dungeon. Out of time. So, whether you want to just go in guns a-blazing, which is really what I should not have done, considering I was trying to make a stealthy character with the agility at this point, but your options are kind of limited at this point in the game as to what you're going to do. And things die relatively quick. For anybody wondering, this is difficulty's normal. So, if you want more of a challenge, obviously turn it up. Vice versa, there you go. What did I choose here? I don't remember what I chose here. Oh, I know what I chose here. I think I chose Lady Killer perk, because I always loved the Lady Killer perk in 3. Always loved me the Lady Killer, because I love extra dialogue choices. Logistically, it wasn't that good in 3, but I'm hoping in 4, it'll prove a little bit more entertaining. I'll give you a hint, it doesn't help here, because I believe these are all male raiders, not female raiders, so... kinda boned myself there. Anyway, I don't really know what to say more about this. The dialogue system is a hot button topic for a lot of people in Fallout 4 because there's a voice protagonist. Meaning it's not a silent, meaning, you know, they actually talk. So that might get you out of your roleplay, that might get you out of your immersion. You know, little shell you got. I understand that. I don't personally like voice protagonists a lot of times, but it's not a huge deal to me. If it is for you, I don't know. I never really went to the options to see if I could do anything else. But I think you can mute the main character, but on the flip side, I think you may mute everybody. That's my stealth version there for you. They didn't know I was there, so they just blow their damn heads off before they even know what happened. It's still stealthy, kind of, isn't it? All that, and I don't have a silenced weapon yet, so that's kind of what I had to do. The funniest thing is, most people probably imagine I play as a very gung-ho guy, and you're right. But I'm the most sneaky gung-ho guy you'll ever meet in Fallout, which is... a lot of people just go, that's pretty cool, man, because I do the same thing. A lot of people do the same thing. Just try and keep as many guns as you can and just sneak around and get the first shot off, man. That's what I qualify as stealth right there. Pretty much like that. Wasn't exactly what you call Solid Snake there, but I got the first shot off. Which, by the way, check your fire. Don't just go, I bet he's an enemy too.
Who you are, but your timing's impeccable.
Okay, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit here. This is a little bit of lore I don't want to spoil for you, though. Okay, so once you talk to the gentleman in there, they give you a new mission on what you're gonna do, and this is going to introduce another major mechanic in the game. 1, questing, which is pretty obvious in any Fallout or RPG game, period. 2, they're going to introduce the power armor mechanic, which a lot of people were worried about. Is power armor a necessity? I don't want to use power armor. Do I have to use power armor? I would probably say, I would imagine no. This first mission, I would recommend you use it, because if you don't use it, you're gonna have a hell of a lot harder time than I ever did with this first boss. Unless I did something wrong. I might have done something wrong, which I'll go into here, well, when we get to it. And keep in mind, folks, I like searching in Fallout, so hopefully you don't mind me going around and looking at everything, because that's what you do in Fallout games. I mean, if you see a duffel bag with a sniper rifle inside of it, you don't just turn around. Well, hopefully you don't, otherwise you won't make it very far in the wasteland. Okay, so the first mission is, I believe we're supposed to go and... well, the power armor, it doesn't really work, because, well, it's been sitting there for a couple hundred years. You need to fix it, essentially. Like I said, minor spoilers, but I'm sure everybody that played 3 remembers the hacking minigame. Oh, I'm terrible at it. I am absolutely terrible at the minigame. For those who have no idea what this is and are going, good God, what do you even do here? Okay, so the way the hacking minigame works is you're supposed to guess the proper password. Pretty obvious. I just screwed up there horrifically. What you're supposed to do, besides just guess and play the guessing game, is you can actually go and, I don't really know if you want to call it highlight, the things that aren't letters. Like, you see all that filler stuff? That, well, I guess I'll show you. I think the third try I did all that. Okay, the Horde's not it. It says Likeness 2. Likeness 2 means that there are 2 things in there that are right. So, somewhere in Horde, there are 2 right things. So, if you want to look in, let's see, you know, the exclamation marks, all the different things like this. If you see them, well, I'll highlight when that happens here. Which I remember going, good God, are there none of those in this first column? It's a pain in the butt to do this, but if you're having trouble with it, this is a good way to make it a little bit easier. I recommend doing it when you have 1 or 2 attempts left, but you don't have to wait that long if you don't want to. The reason you might not want to is because, like that, when they all get highlighted at the once. dud removed means there's one of them that's wrong is gone. Another one is gone. Another one that's gone. And I believe usually there is a tries reset. They call it a replenishment of allowances, I think, in 3.
There we go.
So you get more attempts to do it. There you go. That's how hacking works in a nutshell, folks. Not difficult. I'm not very good at it, but it's not difficult. Where am I going? It's not like I just unlocked a door that I was standing right beside or anything. That's what... Sometimes I'm stupid, folks. I'm sorry, I am. Okay, so that was the easy part. Seriously, I'm not even sure why they gave you this quest. It was easy. There's like nobody alive left if you got that far, but... Okay, fine. I guess it's just to show what you're going to be doing for the majority of the game. Okay, so, and I know a lot of people are thinking, that wasn't a lot of combat. This whole video is supposed to be about combat. We'll get to the big combat. Give me about 2 minutes, we'll get to the combat. Don't you worry about that. Okay, I don't know if it was 2 minutes, but when we go outside, again, the biggest battle of the game yet is going to be upon us. You remember what death claws are? I remember what death claws are. They're the stuff of my nightmares. And we're going to be running into one in about 2 minutes. Remember what I said about not wanting to use the power armor? Yeah, you're going to want to use the power armor the first time because there's a freaking death claw. I mean, you can do it, I'm sure, without the power armor, but good luck with that. I'm not going to try and do that. And for those of you that are lost, like me, I'm just going to show you where to go.
Hey, Sturgis.
That fusion core will do the job. Trust me.
I don't know why I stopped to talk to him. I guess I just wanted to ask where to go, but I should have just been looking around the map. Or just, you know, pay attention to the dialogue. That'll work too. But once you finally get outside, and it's not that long of a wait period, but if you want to make it even shorter, put it on a solid state drive if you're on PC. But once you do that, you get in the armor. They even give you the whole mission is you get in the power armor, you rip off the minigun on the vehicle here, and you kill everybody you see that's not them, basically.
Boss, we got somebody up here.
So like I said, don't worry about skimping on the combat. The game does not skimp on the combat. I'm just not that good yet. Mainly because I just wanted that one guy to die, and he wasn't showing his head. Okay, he's dead now. But yeah, you don't take fall damage in your power armor, so don't worry about that. And I guess a lot of people don't like this because it feels like Mech Warrior. Personally, I never played Mech Warrior, but I love the way the power armor in this game goes. Because you do have ammo. Look, it's not infinite ammo. You see on the bottom right, I have about 920 shots. And if you just waste them all, well, you're going to be out of luck for when the good stuff comes. Or the good stuff, the difficult stuff here comes. But on the plus side, power armor makes you feel like, well, frickin' Terminator. Because you basically are the frickin' Terminator in this, you know, Mad Max style world here. Gone mad. The problem comes in once you've killed all the raiders. Because once you've killed all the raiders, there she is. I'll give you a hint. Deathclaws aren't very happy creatures. Now, the one way I had an idea of maybe you don't have to have the power armor on is if you leave a bunch of the raiders on and it's based on time and that thing comes out. But I don't know if that's the way it works. Then you might be able to use the raiders as a distraction, maybe? But yes, as you keep using more and more combat, a little crit thing fills up at the bottom that you can force a crit, which is very nice. I believe the more luck you have, the faster that thing fills up. So if you luck builds are actually pretty viable. So you make sure you use those luck crits or those crits. You don't want to waste them. Seriously, that thing kicked the crap out of me my first time. I decided not to, you know, bore you with my failure. So, clear out what's left of the town, and that will be the end of the first mission. I believe there's like, what, 2 more raiders left? You can see on the little map down there where they are. I just was not looking at the time. And I believe there's 1 more and that's it. Or nope, I guess that's it. And that's basically the first mission, guys. I'm not going to keep going any further than that, but now you have a good look at what the combat is like, either sneaking around or just going gung-ho into it like I did there. And yes, you can keep the power armor on going into places, and you can get out of it anytime you want by holding E, default, on the keyboard. But your power armor will run out of fusion cell, so you have to either find new fusion cells, or I believe you cannot use VATS, and your melee attacks do less damage. I don't know if he gets to 0, if it'll just die out, but that's going to be it for today, guys. Farewell, and hopefully this helped you decide whether you want to play Fallout 4. Farewell, everyone, until next time.